Got it.
Can we just talk about cars briefly, if I may? What are you running now?
I have a nice 500 Fiat.
Is it the Abarth?
Yeah.
That's a fantastic little car, isn't it? And you actually, what do you drive most of the time?
Family car, like a Chroma or
Fiat Chroma.
yeah.
That's a fantastic bombshell on which to end this interview. Michael Schumacher drives a Fiat Chroma.
So on Top Gear, after years and years and years, the Stig finally revealed who he really was. All right. Good morning, y'all. It's Saturday, and I want to talk about something. People, I spoke about this before, and I just think it's important to talk about. I am so on the opposite ends of the spectrum. I believed in love, family, marriage. At 54 years old, I truly thought when I was 50 that I would have been married at least 25 years. I am a husband. I am not a boyfriend. I am not someone to date. I am a husband. However, I don't have a wife. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have nobody that I'm talking to. I have nobody that I'm having sex with, so I'm not getting any nookie. And I am at the point in my life where that's where I want it to be for the rest of my life. People at 54 years old, when you have been great before you became 20 and you cannot get an individual to be exclusive with you, you're just doing something that's not applicable. And I get it. I'm doing something, the way that I love, it's not applicable. The way that I speak, the way that I am, I tell individuals when I'm trying to date them, my love is not built for this time. My love was for the 40s and 50s. We're not in those times no more. We're in the times now where, you could be, I have a rule, and that rule when I'm trying to date someone is I don't under no circumstances talk to another man's woman. I'm not. The last relationship I was in, we were 9 months in. She 2 weeks after she brought me my dog, and we're driving in her car, and her car hooks up to the Apple Play, and I see her ex-boyfriend name, my name, ex-boyfriend name, in her phone call list. So I'm looking at the thing, and I'm like, okay. Didn't say nothing to her about it. It wasn't nothing to talk about. It was the way she wanted to do, how she lived. As I told individuals, I don't talk to another man's woman. Women of today, they can be screwing 5 guys, but that doesn't count as involvement with the guy. We live in times now where men have always did what men do. As a logical narrative, we don't get attached like women do. Women will say this, nah, I will never ever talk to a woman about something that another woman said. When another woman says it, it is law. I'm gonna give you an example. I went out on a date about 2 weeks ago, and prior to us going out on a date, there's some talking that we do. And I was telling her about something that happened when I lived up in New Jersey, and her response was, "Wow, you snitched." I said, first of all, I'm for my community. I'm not for some idiot trying to do a crime. I said, so I don't believe in none of that nigga shit. That snitches get stitches. You a snitch. I don't believe in none of that. All right, I don't believe in none of that. I don't. I said, don't come to me with all that nigga nonsense. And so that individual knew this. I knew at that point it wasn't going to work, and I think she knew too. She was just trying to try to foster some type of whatever. But that is a great way to segue into what I'm talking about now. People, there are individuals that, okay, at my age, I own my 4th house. I'm retired. I retired 21 years in the military at 39. So in another 5 years, I've been unretired 20 years ago. I'm worth a lot. I have multiple businesses. But above all that, at 54 years old, I have good health. All right? I have good health. And when you meet people, they are under the assumption, when I meet women, they are under the assumption that they can hide their lifestyle. They are under the impression that they can just be nice and be presentable and go out on a date and have proper date etiquette, manners, and such and so on. They act like you cannot see their life. So, in the last month, because we're at the 8th of January, so I would say the last month, I met 2 individuals. I went on a date with one. The other one, it never made it to that. I have a protocol at 54 years old, realizing that my love doesn't match the market. I just want to just go out and hang out with a woman for a couple of hours. You know, that's just my thing. I'm the admiration guy. I'm the guy that always wish he got the girl. I get it, all right? I'm not going to let no woman tell me. I'm not going to let no woman meet me and say, oh, I know, I'll see, because I love me a nerd. Of course you do. So, I say what I mean what I say. So I told the first individual, I was like, listen, my profile read, hey, listen, I live in Virginia. I understand that my love etiquette, my love curriculum rather, it doesn't fare with what's going on here. So listen, I don't want to come to your house. There seems to be the big thing. I don't want to come to my house. I don't want to come to your house. I don't want nobody to come to my house. We can meet up at the movies. I'll pay. We can meet up at Buffalo Wild Wings. Anywhere to eat, I'll pay. And then at the end of that, hey, it was nice chilling with you. You go to your house. I go to mine. I don't want nothing. In addition to that, what also dropped with that new narrative was I'm only doing lunch dates. I'm not doing evening dates. I'm not doing a 5 o'clock date. I'm not doing, I want to do it at a time where we could. Now, on a Friday is my relaxed day, so I'll do a movie. But lunch dates and all that, I just like, we got a certain time. You got to go back to work. I got to go back to work. That's how I'm slotting time. I'm trying to use the position, the timeline, the control, the interaction without saying nothing. So I met the first one. So let me go to the first one. The first woman I met in the last 30 days. I meet her. She's 48 years old. First thing she says when we speaking, yeah, I'm home now, but I'm going to get evicted from here real soon. I'm sorry, she was 49 years old. She was 49 years old. She was in a career for 8 years. So that means at 41, she started a career for 8 years, 49 now. And she was an Aflac insurance saleswoman. People, I'm going to tell you something. I'm a hustling. I'm not a salesman. I will never be a salesman. I need to do things where I know I'm getting paid. I cannot do that. However, I will expect when a woman is beauty and when a woman has body, I expect a woman to be a salesman. All she got to do is run up on guys, throw that talk to them, they gonna wanna be like, oh, well, I get me some time, possibly get me some nookie, possibly turn this into a nookie moment. And so I get it. I get it. So we was gonna hook up for lunch. Hey, let's meet up. Lunchtime. I said, so what are you doing tomorrow? I'm trying to meet up with you around noontime. I said, oh, cool. So I'll text you around 11 o'clock and blah, 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 blah. Next day come. Text her at 11 as I said I would. She's 49 years old now. Text her at 11 o'clock like I said I would. Oh, I got a meeting, I got an appointment, blah, 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 at 3 o'clock. So let's meet up around 5. I goes back and read my profile and I'm like, I text her back. I got something to do at 6 o'clock that's gonna take me to the end of the day. I can't meet up at 5, but we'll figure it out. Never spoke to her again. It's another video, but I'm gonna do a video on communication. Another video. Another woman. I'm gonna reiterate something that my profile says. My profile says, I don't want to come to your house. You don't have to come to my house. What I realize when it comes to females is you gotta dispel all their think you wants. That list of what they think you want, you just gotta be like, nope, don't want that, nope. Now they seem to be stuck and don't know what to do. Like, oh damn, I'm trying to get this to do some pussy. I want to come to this house. When you knock all that out, they seem to be discombobulated. They seem to the equilibrium is just not giving them no balance. We goes out for lunch. She's sitting across the table now, like I'm like a detective, and she's interviewing me. So, is there anything you want to ask me? When she said, so is there anything you want to ask me? I said, you know what? I'm more of a, we just talk, I don't do that interviewing thing. I don't do that. I don't do that type of thing. Okay, well, I want to come to your house. When she says she want to come to my house, she does the eyebrow raise thing. I say, okay, so you one of them individuals that talk with your face, huh? Yeah. You one of them individuals talk with your face, huh? Oh, no. You want them individuals to talk to your face? I said, okay, so let me answer your question. You just asked me, when do you come into my house? That's what you just asked me, yeah. I think you need to go back and reread my profile. I did the same thing back. That individual was, she was younger. She was 43. And there's a common denominator in women today. This is why it does not pay. I should have renamed this video after 30s. Don't marry nobody. Do not get married in your 40s. Don't get married in your 50s. It is not under no circumstances for love. It is not under any circumstances for companionship. As a man, you are only getting married to bail some chick out. You are only getting married for some happy hoe to be like, girl, all the dick out and sucked, all the ass out and put this ass up in the air, but look at what I ended up with. Those are the only ones that want to get married. There's only one woman that if I come on and do a live stream and I say, yeah, I did it, I got married, her name is Valerie Watson. That's it. Let me tell you why. It will be Valerie Watson, and that's it. I'm 54, Valerie is 56. Because Valerie was 38 and took a severance from her job. She was on her job 17 years at 38 and took a severance. What is the coolest thing about that? She beat me. I retired at 39. So she beat me. She beat me. And I was like, what's so cool about Valerie? She bought her house in the 90s, still own it. What's so cool about Valerie? She took a severance from one job and now she's on another career. You see, when you meet all these individuals, as I just stated, the individual that was 49 years old, and then individual was 49 years old and only was on her job 8 years, started a career, only in a career for 8 years. People, if a woman starts a career at 41, and that woman told me, I spent a lot of my days in the streets. People, all the individuals at 40 and 50 that want to get married are individuals that I've seen just was party hardying, just messing their life up. Now they're old, they're done, over the hill, and they're looking at life now saying, oh, I need to get married. Don't get married. It's not worth it. Under no circumstances, it's not worth it. It's not. All you're doing is bailing somebody out. That's all you're doing. You're bailing somebody out. I thought that was Martin Lawrence. You're bailing somebody out. That's all you're doing. You know, at 50 years old, as I stated before, life comes at you in 4 quarters. You're born in the first quarter. You're born. So from 1 to 20, you're born, you're growing, your life, this and all that. You're figuring out what works. That's the first quarter, 1 through 20. 21 through 40, you're in your 20s. You're trying to figure out what works for you. You're trying to figure out how your learnings of life is going to put you forward in life in your 20s. By the time you get in your 30s, you should be knowing what you be dialed in on something, have a career. By the time you hit 40 years old, at the end of the second quarter of your life, because the second quarter of your life is 21 through 40. By the time you hit 40, you should be on your job at least 8 years, knowing what you're going to do, this and all that. The third quarter of your life is 41 through 60. Now, 41 through 60, you invested in that job. You trying to pad your 401k. You trying to get your retirement straight and everything, because the next quarter that's coming up, 61 through 80, is the fourth quarter of your life. You want to be straight. If you live past 80, you'd have made it to life's overtime. But 4 quarters of life. When I meet a woman, that is what I'm going by. Quarters 1, 2. When I meet a woman in her 20s, she's in her second quarter of her life. There's an expectation that I expect. I expect her to be finding herself. I don't expect to meet a woman in her second quarter of life with 4 and 5 kids, no career. You will not make the next quarter. When I meet a woman in her 30s, I'm expecting to see a woman that's been on her career. I was talking to a 30-something-year-old who was very business-oriented, such and such, the year before last, had her stuff going on, this and all that. But she just was so into constantly just like, yo, you gotta grow up, yo, you gotta leave your 20s in your 20s, yo, you gotta leave. She was living like she was a teenager. When you meet somebody, when I meet a woman in her 40s, let's go back to the 49-year-old. When I meet a woman 49 years old, you've been on your job 8 years at 49, you said to me you're about to get evicted. What curriculum of life were you on? What did you do in life? What was the narrative in your life? What was the narrative in your life that made you say, wow, party hardy all the time? Sign me up. Just go and get lit? Sign me up. Women's night? Sign me up. It's a hot girl summer, a funky girl fall, a wild out winter, a spunky spring. Sign me up for all that. Eventually, what happens is the clock of life still ticking away. Clock to life still ticking away, still ticking away, still ticking, still ticking. And then what happens is they wake up And I'm going to tell all of y'all something. When you turn 50, 50 hits you different. Oh, yeah. 50 hits you different. It do. It does. 50 hits you different. When you turn 50, you literally, when you turn 50, let me tell you about my friend Valerie. I said that's the only woman I would marry, right? Me and Valerie was talking the other day. Now, my other YouTube channel, even I tell individuals, we're about to go through a life switch. If you're not paying attention to what's going on in the world, our government is literally choking the economy. Our government is really setting things up. I'm going to tell you something. KFC just signed a contract with a company in Russia to make printed wings. They're going to be selling 3D printed wings. 3D printed wings. They signed with a company in Russia. Eventually, you're gonna go to KFC, and you know, single moms think they do, I feed my kids. Those individuals gonna go and yeah, give me a 10-piece. Those are gonna be digitally printed wings. As I stated before, you used to see trucks driving down here every 10 minutes. You see an 18-wheeler. Every 10 minutes, you see an 18-wheeler driving down this road. You'll be lucky if you see 2 a week now. What happened? The shipping industry is going through a dramatic shift. There was a video of a guy that said that the government brought 50,000 farms and was ordered to destroy all the crops. So there are tens and thousands of acres of farmland that if you go look at a video where they're showing a landfill, that thing to be driving over the tractor with them big metal wheels with them big spikes on it, they're shipping them now to farms, driving over the stock, killing stock. What's going on? Why is the government paying farmers to stop growing food? Why? What are you paying attention to? What are you paying attention to? Amazon laid off 10,000 people last year. They're about to lay off 18,000 more. What are you paying attention to? Gentleman said there used to be 20 trucks. I mean, 100 boats at the yard ready to dock and take the cargo up. Used to be 100. He said 99. He said now there's only about 7 out in San Francisco. He said something is going on in the world. People think Amazon is laying off because Amazon is going through a funk. No, they're not shipping anything anymore. Something is going on in the world. If they're killing off our food supply and the government is paying for individuals to do it, and KFC just signed a contract for digitally printed food, what do you think the government is going to say when it's time for Shaquita and them to get food stamps? They only going to be genetically modified, not even genetically modified, 3D printed food. So me and my friend Valerie was talking about this. We was talking about this. And I sent her a video yesterday where a guy said there's a dramatic change in 2023 in the shipping world. Of course, I see it now. But I said, you know what, Val? You done did enough in life. You'll be all right. You got an 800 plus credit score. You've owned your house for over 25 years. We ain't got to worry about that. You're sitting on about 200 in the bank. You got a great life. You know, I said, I done paid my bills off. I got a $754 mortgage. I ain't got my Honda, my lease is up this month. I'm giving that car back. I'm buying me a car straight up cash. I'm not, whatever happens, what I'm doing now in my life, I'm trying to figure out how to grow food. I'm looking at videos now, food that you can grow in your home. That's what I'm looking at. Videos I'm looking at. But when you listen to these individuals doing videos about, oh, they're discontinuing Section 8, right? When you look at these videos, they stop in Section 8. What about the kids? Nobody care about nobody no more. There was a woman that put a video for individuals that follow me on my other channel, and the video that I did yesterday, the video that I did yesterday, as I stated, I was going back and forth. With that idiot. The video I did yesterday, stop taking Section 8 advice from a black woman. And I'm going back and forth with that idiot. Appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. I'm going back and forth with that idiot. And the one thing I said to her was, you need to, I said, well, where's the empowerment? Where's the empowerment? Where's all that at? She got to come back because she's a female, you know. You can go ahead and believe they're strong, powerful, and all that all you want. As long as estrogen is going through their body, I ain't trying to hear it. Then she got to come back. Oh, it ain't about empowerment. It ain't about teaching. It ain't about that. Of course it ain't. You just make videos because you just like to just throw nonsense out there. She also said in the video, you know, if they don't take Section 8, call me. Like she's the damn Section 8 acceptance police. But I had to tell this individuals, how about you do a video on the economical structures of the world and where we're heading? We can't afford Section 8 no more. We can't afford Section 8 no more. It's over. You had your run. It's over. All these videos these women of color are doing about how you need to get around and how they gotta take Section 8. Stop. Just stop. Just stop. My friend Val never was on Section 8. If you're 38 years old and you've been on your job and you took a severance from your job because you've been on your job 17 years, that is how it is. You shouldn't be 50 years old and listening to anybody, whether it's a man or a woman, talking about something. Out of 50 years of living, the longest they've ever been on any job was 8 years. Now those individuals are scrambling. As I told you guys before, last year, I signed a lease for this building. I extended it to 2025. According to my calendar and yours, we in 2023. We brand new into 2023. I got this building into July 2025. Because I know how my money gonna be rolling. But I'm really not interested in it no more. Once again, if I marry anybody, it'd be Valerie Watson. Other than that, there's no woman I can meet today that I would even consider. I'm just not interested. And you shouldn't either.